Yo, 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 good morning, happy Friday. Sorry about the slow start, I just had to get some things in order. Okay, let's see here. Let's see what we have first of all, and then what we're gonna do today, or what the aim is today. Oh yeah, that's one thing that never gets stored in the material. Gonna have to fix that. 150 and 250, I think. There we go. Maybe a bit too much. Whatever. Yeah, what did we say? 150, 250. Okay, so this is what we have so far for water. We have... It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. We have some reflection artifacts that needs fixing, but that's... So this one, for instance, I think it reflects downwards, and I want to fix that. Yeah, it could just look a little bit better overall, but I think we're getting closer and closer. So what I want to do today is fix the outlines. The last thing with the outlines, we need to redo it now that it's very much way more complicated. It's not that apparent when we do it like this, but if we go and do we change refraction to 0, we can see here that the outer outlines are a little bit lighter than the inner outlines. I want to fix that. I'm pretty sure here we pretty much have the other way around, however. And I think I know why. So that's what we're going to fix first, and then we're going to move on to... I haven't really decided yet. We might do... look into edge foam and edge details. Although I know that like most solutions is the view depth based, and that's not what I want to do. But let's do some research here, find out some good approaches to it. We have some constraints that are... It's going to make this harder for us, but we also have access to some data that might make it easier for us. So I don't really know if it's what we're going to do about this, but we'll see. And then when I say the constraints, we have first of all, we have that I don't want to use view depth based edge foam, and second of all is that we want to do this in real, like we don't want to make edge or implement edge foam in such a way that it relies on pre-baked stuff. So that would be probably the easiest approach, to just pre-bake where edge foam should be. So, but we want to be able to detect it in real time, but we have some very nice terrain data we can use. And I've been thinking about that. I might both when we're gonna do edge and flow effects, I might just go crazy with the terrain data. Just like, what data do we need to make this, to make it extremely easy to work with this or implement this, and then just add that no matter how big it is, check what kind of visual effect we can be, and then degrade it to save memory, I guess. But okay. First we have to fix this, and I'm starting to think that it's because we don't add, so when we do these outlines we want to add a color behind it, then we want to add the outline, then we want to add a color in front of it. It's messy, but that's how we need to do it, and I wonder if it's more visible if we do it like this. Possibly. Yo, what's up, you Levy? I'm pretty sure that's it. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Right now this is everything we do with outlines. I think we want to do it already below surface color, water shallow color, water deep color. I think we want to do it here, or I wonder how exactly did we do it before? Yeah, it's a little bit more complicated now, to say the least. So when we calculate below surface color, this is where we want to fix it. This one fixes it so that the outlines above are fixed. If we have an outline, Okay, let's do it the worst way first. So what I would like to do first is if outline.a is bigger than 0, so we have an outline here, and s outline depth is bigger than not pixel depth but s dot depth. What do we have? I wonder if it's scene depth vs we want here. Let's see. So basically we have an outline that is we want to do it like this. The depth of the outline is less than scene depth, and s dot outline depth vs is bigger than pixel depth. So this is pretty much, we have an outline, the outline is less than what's behind it, and I wonder if this one will screw it up for us, honestly. And that's why we might have had this. Yeah, definitely. I get it, I get it, I get it. What I don't like here is that we blend it twice. Let's do it like this. 0.5 though. Let's do it like this first, see what we get. So if outline is bigger than 0, this is true and this is true. Return 1. Okay, we get it for all, and that's why we need this one. So let's do bool outline I think we want to find the outer outlines. Yeah, beautiful. And here we have, okay, I get it. let's do this as well. Outline check, we want this one here, but I want to be able to control this one. Water general, let's see. Okay, that's beautiful. But let's see here. I don't know if that's what we want to do here, because we need to remember. But then again, let's see here. Let's see if we do the exact same way as previously. We want to sort it out so that, okay. What I want to sort out here is I want to sort out outlines that are no, fuck, that's true. One sec. Yes. Okay, we want it exactly like this. So let's do... So these are parts where we want to add below surface color. But I wonder... It's this one. Let's see here. Below surface color, we're gonna call this one below surface watercolor, and we're not gonna do the blend with the color. So here we pretty much calculate what the color of the water below the surface. So depending on depth, is it more deep or shallow? And if this is true, so we don't have an outline, or the outline is so much in front, if that's the case, then we do float for final color. If this is the case, we do final color, but I'm still a little bit worried about this one. Let's see. Maybe final color is equal to blend source, and we blend below surface watercolor with did I just call it color? Yeah, we're gonna have to do something like this, I think. That's what we want. Let's take these and put depth ratio though. Below surface scene color and below surface outline color. We do the outline check. If we don't have an outline, or the outline is so far away, then we add below surface scene color to color. So color here is, and might need to remove, it's pretty much scene color. We're gonna rename that one soon. So we just blend watercolor with scene color. Let's see what we have. Return final color. Okay, that's good. Is there some place where we don't do this currently? I don't think so. Maybe here actually. Let's see. Does this one actually not matter right now? Let's see. We should have... I wonder if we have it here. Find it extremely weird that this one doesn't affect it at all. Okay, there we go. Okay, good. Yeah, that's what we want. So it's the difference between outer and inner. Oh, beautiful. Fucking great. Okay, this is exactly what we want. We differentiate between inner and outer. So for instance, what I'm trying to achieve here is, if we take a look at this outline, it lies on top of the character, so the depth difference between scene and that one is pretty much close to 0. But this one outside lies outside of the character, so the depth between this one and the scene is quite big. And like, we want to remove those up to a certain point. I think we're okay with something like 0.234 maybe. That might be a bit too much. 0.5 maybe, around here. Okay, so this is good. And what we want to do then is we want to check if we should add outlines on top of it. So that's if outline.a is bigger than 0. But that's not entirely true, because we also need to add... wait. It's okay. So what we want to do then is we want to add the outer outlines that are still below the surface. In fact, there's going to be a lot of ifs here. If outline.a is bigger than 0, and s dot outline depth vs is bigger than pixel depth, I think. So that's outlines that are below the surface level. Because then we want to add those. We want to add them like this. Final color is equal to blend source. Do we have reconstructed outline here? Float 4 constructed outline is equal to get outline color outline.a. So then we do blend, reconstructed outline, and final color. Which is not entirely true. Why not though? Final color. Oh, yeah. Why is this not true though? Let's keep this one as 111 to make it easier to check the errors. Yo, what's up, Geralt? Good morning and happy Friday indeed. So if we don't have an outline, or the outline is the difference between the scene is big enough, then we blend the color with the below surface scene color. Then I want to draw outlines that are below the water. Actually, this might not be... I'm questioning these white pixels here, however. Am I making this harder than... I wonder if it's as easy as this. I might overcomplicate stuff here. Does this make sense? First, I want to add below water surface color to everything. Yeah, we have to differentiate. Ah, that's true. Oh. Yeah, what I think we want to do is, if this is true, then we want to add the outline first, and then we do this. I think. So final color is equal to blend source. We do reconstructed outline color. I don't care too much about this white here. Or outline check. That's, I think, how we want to do it. Yes, okay, beautiful. So first we add the outlines on the object before we colorize it. We haven't added this yet, it's just that we haven't done anything with it. But that doesn't make... We want to add the... Okay, this might be it. So we add those. I'm a little bit worried about this one though. I wonder if we want to do color, final color. Where do we have caustics? There we have it. Okay. The fuck do we have here? Yeah, it might be a bit too much. Okay, let's see. Okay, now we're talking. So we have added the inner outlines. When this is done, we want to do this one. So that's when we want to add below surface scene color. But we want to do final color here. I wish I could explain this properly soon. Yeah, so now we have added the inner outlines. We have colored them by the water. We can see it by doing this, how the outlines gets colored. So that's very good. Then we want to add the outer outlines here. And we want to add the outer outlines by doing if outline.a is bigger than 0 and s.outline depth vs is bigger than pixel depth, but and outline check, I would say. Return 1. Yes, that's the outlines we want to add. And what sucks with these, or it's pretty much going to be a double blend, so we do a lot of blending here, but I guess we're going to have to do that. Because first we want so we take the reconstructed outline color, then we blend it with the color in front of it, and then we blend it with the color behind it. So it's gonna be for, let's do it like this. Final color is equal to blend source. And here we want blend below surface outline color, reconstructed outline, and here it's final color. So pretty much we take below surface outline color, so the color we have in front of the outline, blend it on top of the outline, and then we take the result here and blend it with the final color. I think that should be it. Yes. But. The alpha of this one doesn't seem to be... it looks like the alpha of this is a bit off at certain points. Why is that? I want to check return outline.a. Do we have such a weak alpha on these? No, we don't. We have it here, but that makes sense. We should have really strong outlines here. Oh yeah, that's because we get this alpha. We want to do blend source alpha, keep dest alpha, I think. Fuck yeah. Good. This is more like it. Oh, this looks beautiful. So these outer outlines here, they are colored by whatever it's behind and what is in front. I thought... yeah, but that might... this is not the result we want here. Huh. Or actually it might very well be. No, we don't have any red. Okay. Keep alpha a destination alpha. Yeah, this is actually more like it. Because now we can see the red here. Yeah, this is probably more like it. Okay. Okay. And then we want to do final color. Final color is equal to lerp here, because now we're done with whatever is behind or below the surface. So then we want to do the lerp, and we want to do it with pretty much exactly like this, but below surface color here we want to do final color, surface color, Fresnel term, specular highlights, And then finally, we want to do if outline.a is bigger than 0 and s.outline depth vs is less than pixel depth. Then we want to do the final, which is this one. Yeah, pretty sure we have it there. I think we have pretty good outlines now. What I worry about though is I don't like this reflection overlap. It's the same thing we fought yesterday. Did I not add... but actually I get it. I think it is with this one, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. I fucking hate the... I hate the relationship between reflection and refraction. Okay, feels good to have the perfect outlines back with this new, so let's add back refraction as well. Minus, oh yeah, 1 divided by 133, 1 divided by 1.075. Sorry about that. Yo, good morning Harukanan, by the way. Happy Friday to you too, Diligence. Diligence looks pretty cool. I think the reflection overlap looks good. It's only present at a low viewing angle. Here I don't have any problem with the overlap. It's here I'm having a little bit of a problem with the overlap, but maybe I'm just being crazy. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Fucking love seeing these outlines here. Maybe a bit too much for fraction currently, but one thing. We have the shadow on the bottom. Do we care about shadow on the top? Like, we want to have some shadow. We don't want to get specular highlights behind the character here. We don't do anything with shadow attenuation right now, or the attenuation term. Let me just do this. We're probably gonna commit this as well. We have a few uncommitted stuff. Let's see here. T seam water depth, T outline water depth. It's this one. I wonder if I want to do... this is probably gonna look a little bit weird. Or is it? Definitely. I wonder if we just want to multiply with the Fresnel term. Maybe we do. No, we don't. Okay, so let's take a look at it. What do I actually want to happen with the shadow? I don't want specular highlights. That one is easy, I think. We can just do... If we do this, and then we do... specular highlights times attenuation term. The lens, damn, I have to say water surface looks really good. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, we have some artifacts still, but how is it possible that we still get... Oh, Yeah, it's not that long. Do we get... let's do return attenuation term. .5 times this one plus specular highlights attenuation term. Okay, we don't get any specular highlights there. That's good. But maybe that's enough actually. Diligence, I tried to look up if shadow is on surface or bottom of water. I can't tell from the picture. Yeah. I still wonder if... Oh, yeah. Do we have shadow strength? Shadow strength. We don't have. Let's do test A then, because I think what we want to do is something like this. We want... times max out of test flag A and attenuation term. Test flag is 1 right now, so we won't have any difference, but I think we want to do... If we do test flag A, yeah, we can a little bit like this. It's going to be more apparent. Why don't we have... Oh yeah, well, this one is calculated before. The problem here is that it's extremely static. We want it to move a little bit by the normal. I think it would be way more apparent if we did diffuse term. Diffuse term normal weak. If we use this one, but it's gonna change a lot of things. I don't. We still have it like this. Huh. I wonder if it's just a question of that we would like to see a little bit more of the bottom here. Does that make sense? I definitely want this, but I definitely don't want this. Yeah, there's a lot of viewing angle affecting how different things look here. Definitely. I wonder if we want to attenuation term if -1 minus attenuation term, but then a multiplication here as well, because I think this is a bit too much. This is way too much. But if we do test flag A times okay, then we add too much. Or am I thinking about this the wrong way? Let's go one step back and think about this. Less light reaches this point, which means that less light will be able to penetrate the water, which means that we want a bigger Fresnel term here. But then again, less light will be able to Maybe I had it correct-ish, but the other way around. So attenuation term. Plus so if this one is 0, we put it to 1. I'm gonna have to think about this one. Maybe I should just be happy that we have no specular highlights for it. Maybe that's enough. But what the fuck, if you have reflections, you would be seeing if most of the watercolor comes from reflections, you would probably have shadows, definitely. How would this water look on a grey day? With the exact same bit too light here. And this color definitely affects it too much. Okay. Okay, but let's commit this and move on to something else. What do we have here? Okay, first of all, I just want to commit, what do we have? Reflection and scene texture. Okay, so let me just commit some things real quick here. Okay, then I also want to commit, what do we have? We have scene texture as well. Yes. And then I wonder, we also have this file right now, outlines, HSL. Yeah, I definitely want to commit that as well before, but I wonder, do I have a separate issue for this? No. Okay, but let's do this. Okay, then I think I'm finally ready to commit the... I want to commit some of these as well. We have a lot here. Let's see. Util lighting, add functions for getting separate terms of Phong shading. It's not only Phong shading. Do we have shaders, shader utils, util lighting. Okay, so that's util lighting. Then we have util blend. Added this one. Okay, so that's this one, and now we have util math. We added a lot here. Yeah. Log with base, I think we're gonna remove. Not remove, but we can rename it. Okay, now I think we have everything we need for this one to properly work. Yes. Yes. One thing I want to do before I commit this is also okay. I want to, we want to take this material, the water material, we have all the settings, copy them and add to this material. Okay. And this one is related to, what issue do we have? 35. Okay, that should be it, I think. Yo, what's up, Mr. Karoy? The shader's come a long way, looks super nice now. Thank you, appreciate it, yeah? Slowly but surely. And what's up, Cooler SK? Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you too, Karoy. Yes, then we have everything committed, so then we can start destroying it again by trying to implement some additional stuff. And it's getting close to 1,000 lines now, unfortunately. But okay, I'm not... reflection, screen space, lighting calculations. Yes. Okay, let's just do some quick research. Let's see if we can find something very cool related to these two. But if we take a look at, I've been doing this previously. Let's see here, edge foam shader. Or I just looked it up quickly, and yes, I want to point out this one. So this is the problem with view space depth based foam, and I hate how this looks. It's related to a lot of similar problems you get with when you base the effects on only what you can see, and it's that you don't get foam around the object, you just get it on this side, right? We should see foam here as well, but this is basically just, we had it previously. We can do return lerp between final color and, let's see, now we can do if, where do we have it? I'm looking for, here we go, TC water depth. If T scene water depth is less than 0.2, return float for 1111, otherwise final color. Yeah. Okay, 0.2 might have been a bit too much. 0.05. And there we have it. Foam that honestly looks like shit. For multiple reasons, but we don't get it on the side of objects. It overlaps. It only overlaps with the objects below the water surface, right? That's what we see here. And varies on camera angle and just a lot of stuff. You can get pretty good foam if you pre-bake some stuff. So for instance, let's see. Where do we have this cube? Yeah, we could pre-bake. Here it's extremely visible. At some points we get a little bit of foam going outside, but that's only thanks to refraction. But I mean, you could pre-bake stuff like the position of this block, if it's static, pre-bake some sort of texture that we send to the water, and then we can calculate some really nice foam around here. Won't work for objects that are moving like this one, and won't work for us generally because we won't be able to pre-bake stuff. We have a very dynamic landscape that changes a lot, so we can't really rely on that, I don't think. Manually place textures for each shorelines. Yep, and that's not something I want to do. But what we do have going for us is these two textures. So not only do we have a height map of all the terrains, we also have water amount at certain pixels, but it's not as easy as that, because okay, so if we're drawing this water and let's do water selection wire. So we might hit with our view ray, or when we render a pixel, we might be rendering this vertex for the water. Okay, so then we know at that vertex, we know we can get the water amount for that pixel, and the ground height for that pixel. So for static objects, for our static terrain, we could probably use that data to get some nice foam as well. But what do we do? I'm not sure that would help us with dynamic objects. Yeah, pretty foam is probably going to be quite a big of a problem, but damn. Most of the foam you see is always view space. I mean, we could probably write some custom data to the water shader. Including object overlaps. Like if you don't care about it's pretty it's related to, like, we also want the character to affect the water when running, right? And other stuff. So it's a little bit related to that, but like you could write information to a texture, but that's going to be a lot of, we're going to have to send a lot of textures to the GPU all the time. But I guess we're gonna have to do something similar if we want to affect when we want to implement, let's see here. This part, let's close some of these down, by the way. You could do blur as well. Maybe that's not too bad. Maybe that's not too bad. If you rely on, let's take a look at this. Return, what is it? Sample scene texture point level. S.scene UV. One. Two. But we would need depth information as well, which would screw it up. Is it insane to, let's see here, to have some sort of activity texture for the terrain? 512. So if we have an object here, we mark occupied, 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 and then interpolate for partially, 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 partially. But then every time you move an object, you have to calculate which pixels of the terrain it occupies. And stuff like that. If we could reuse this for a lot of things, it would be way nicer. So we can reuse it for when we want to move foliage, when we run. We can use it for the water. We can use it for the AI as well. But it's not only a question of noticing what we occupy, we also need to know how far up and how far down we occupy it. So we're talking at least amount, height 1, height 2. Would be nice if we could pack those together. Then we also want a rate of change or something like that. So if one pixel is not occupied and then in the next frame it's occupied, we would have a rate of change of 1, and then we lower this one based on time. But that would probably also be, let's do some research after this. We would just, I think we would have a timestamp here instead. What is the term for these type of textures? We have, Unity has some, let's see here. Oh fuck. I just imagine how much nicer this would look if we actually had a skybox with clouds and stuff, or just a populated scene, seeing all the reflections. But okay, let's see. Is it here? Unity, depth, normal texture. What do we have? Secondary textures. Nah, that's not what I want. Yo, what's up, Robert? Don't we have it here? What is it? What's the name of what I'm looking for? Unity motion vectors. I'm not entirely sure this is what I'm looking for. Let's do velocity texture. Is that what I want? Like, I would like to do like the more of the data for this and this, like if all of those can utilize the same data, as well as like making foliage being affected by objects by utilizing the same data, as well as the AI. So when we're gonna move around all of these agents, they want to know if certain points on the terrain is occupied or not. If we could use it for that one as well, if we could like the more things we can use it for, the more I can argument for implementing this for the edge foam as well. Like but yeah. Jesus, what I'm getting wrong results just because I don't know the terminology. I just want to make sure that we don't have an easier or better solution before I start implementing this in the current terrain data. Displacement map. Let's see. Unity displacement map. No, this is not what I want. That's not what I want. Okay. Asset. Interested to see how this looks. That's extremely sick. Fuck, I'm gonna have to pack my own data, aren't I? Uh, let's see. Water 4. Ba, 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 ba. Interaction. Wow. I'm pretty sure previously Unity had let's see, documentation. What do we have? Motion vector texture. But is this the same? Where screen space, pixel motion is, yeah. I'm pretty sure this is not what I want. But it's not only the water. Let's say, for instance, that we have grass as well. We want that to collide. But then again, with the resolution we have on the terrain right now, it would be pretty rough, but still. We can check. Snow is another use case that is used a lot for these type of things. So in this case, for instance, yeah, now we have a lot of I could probably interpolate that one as well. Yeah, I've been thinking about... Fuck, is it time for this? Let's see here. Terrain mesh. I've been thinking about terrain mesh data. This one. Like, we have a lot of UVs available to us where we can pack some nice data into. Yuri, what's up? I think we support up to like 8 UV coordinates maybe. We could just pack data into that, which would mean that we get some nice interpolation between them in the shader, I think. This is very new territory for me, so I want to make sure. Let's see here, Unity, snow displacement, tracks in snow, deformable snow and interactor water. Yeah, okay. Your new sit animation looks like Russian guy in Adidas. Yeah, that was pretty much the goal of it. I think it came out pretty nicely, to be honest. I mean, this is very nice. I want to know... Okay. Yeah, the snow and mud in Red Dead Redemption 2 is insanely nice. I'm not really aiming for that visual clarity though, or visual result. Yeah, this is what I've thought about as well. Either we do it like this, or we do it like this. The problem with this one is that you don't really get... if you move it with the character, you're gonna get... like if you walk around, it works for water I guess, but not for snow. So if you walk around at one point and then you move far away from it and then you come back to that point, you won't have the data left. Fuck, am I ready for this shit? fuck, am I ready to do this? This is a pretty big undertaking, I think. I mean, I just want to see how other people are doing it, or get some feel of it. Although I wonder, will it help us with the foam, for instance, edge foam? I think so. Released. Unity Interactive Snow tutorial. And let's see. I don't want to watch a video right now, though. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to implement something like this, I think. Oh, we're talking about Vikings now in YouTube chat. Ooh, yeah, this is a big step. Would like to have some more research done before we jump into it, but I'm not sure. Let's see here. What do we have? I mean, it could be a fun Friday session to just try and implement an activity texture pretty much. No, I don't feel too confident right now. I'm gonna have to do some more research concerning this, because this is gonna be quite a big part of the underlying structure eventually. But I also know that we won't be able to get better edge. We won't be getting nice edge foam or edge details until we have that taken care of. That's for sure. And we're talking about things like Road Patson, hey Mr. Streamer, don't you use VS Code? Yeah, we do. Are you talking about the GitHub issue VS Code in add-on? Because I've been thinking about getting it. It would be real nice to have a tab with the issues in VS Code. Fuck, I'm feeling a little bit deadlocked here right now. We have vertex displacement, which, yeah, we could do some vertex displacement without any more data. But it wouldn't really be that good. We have flow effects, which flow effects we could probably start playing around with a bit. Edge details and edge foam, I want to get... We're stuck at right now. I want to research that. Road, now I made a few themes. Can you rate them really quick? I don't really have the time for that right now, but feel free to share them. And I might take a look after the stream. Oh, nice. We'll copy that link. Let me just copy that link. Okay, let's create a new issue. We're gonna start the research here. I think let's see here. Do we have anything issues? Do we have displacement or something like that? Interaction. No. Okay, give me 1 sec here. Implement interaction displacement solution. Yeah. Here we have this one is going to be a big undertaking, but let's see. Implement interaction displacement solution. That's a bunch of issues. Yeah. Not all bug related though. Implement an interaction displacement solution. Implement interaction displacement data to be used with various effects like water displacement based on interaction, water edge details and foam, water additional flow effects. Weather effects like snow, rain, and rain puddles. Weather, don't we have? Okay, not yet. Tied to the terrain. As additional data to the AI agents. Diligence, are you going for maps with different weather or dynamic weather? We're probably going to take a very similar approach to weather as Stardew Valley does. So it's we're going to have a day and night system, and at the start of each day we're going to decide what type of weather it will be that day. And then we're going to have that weather for the full day. Nice and easy indeed. I think it will help. Fuck it, I would like to have like real dynamic weather, but yeah, that's too much. If we do it like this, we can pack a lot of nice stuff at the beginning of the days. So for instance, when we're talking about reflections and water, that's related to what we're doing now. Most of the reflection rays, they hit nothing and just reflects the sky, right? So if we decide at the start of a day, so during the hidden loading screen between night and day, we can calculate, so if it's going to be a rainy day, then we know it's going to be very cloudy, and then we can pick, and then we can have some pre-rendered cloudy skyboxes for the reflections. If we would have dynamic weather, we would have to have dynamic skyboxes as well. It would just be too heavy. So yeah, we're going to do it like that. Okay, as additional data to the AI agents, foliage displacement based on interaction. For instance, with grass. This is just few of the things we want to use this for. Why don't I get a nice... Oh well. The only problem that may arise from this solution, it's difficult to save game midday. Yeah, that's true. I haven't really decided if I want to support, like if we're going to go the full Stardew Valley route and just autosave each night or every time one sleeps. Haven't really decided that just yet. Research. I don't know how much complicated it would be. Like if we take the weather, for instance, we're gonna have, like, no matter if you save during the night or the day, we're still gonna have to store the weather parameters. Research what data and how we want to store it in terrain. People are not complaining in Stardew in SW, but in all the clones, people are asking for save midday, but it's difficult to restore all NPCs, etc. midday instead of just having the same routine to start from. And that's definitely true. I think that's like generally true for save data and load data in general. The more constraints you put on the save system, the less data you actually need to store, right? What I like the most with this is that we can actually use it for AI agents. I think that's... like, if we could pack all of this into the same data, that would be very nice. I wonder how much data is too much data. Okay, let's put it this way. I've been knowing that this day would have come here soon. Didn't really think, as soon as we wrote these, especially these, and I knew that I didn't want to rely on view space depth creation of the foam, and I knew that we couldn't do pre-baked information. I knew that we would have to do something similar to this. I'm just wondering if now is the time I want to implement this. It's gonna depend on how much research I actually get done this weekend. So I think I'm gonna keep today's stream short, because I haven't really decided what the next step should be. I mean, we could do minor detail adjustments and improvements to either reflections or the water shader, but I think I'm pretty much done with it as of now, before I have more data to work with. So yeah, a little bit of a shorter stream today, not as productive, but identified some new problems and I need to figure out how I want to move forward. But it's Friday, so yeah, whatever. So yeah, you due diligence. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate it, and have a great weekend. Peace.